we are here in Forever Skies in our blimp. It's a blimp, right?
I
Yeah, I'd
mean,
call it a blimp.
kinda.
Zeppelin. It's a it's a thing that floats.
With
I mean,
balloons.
right, full of helium. So
Maybe.
we want to give you guys a brief rundown of what we have been doing. We've been doing this series over on the alternate channel if you guys would like to go and check it out. Thank you to the makers of the game for giving us not just one, but two keys to the game. Um, Normally, when we get a game that says, hey, we're promoting co op, here, have a key to the game, we get one key. This
Hmm.
one actually goes, hey, we're doing co-op, promote it, and they gave us two keys. So very smart guys.
Issue was
But
we already had one copy of it, so we ended up giving it to Tammy so she could join us.
right, so she is our chef and organizer. I am
I know.
material acquisitions, and Junior's the captain. So I'm gonna let him, as captain, take over.
It's his code for he just can't talk much. But yes. Anyways, as he was saying, this is Forever Skies. They had the co-op thing. So far, our co-op experience has been pretty good. Haven't had too many issues. There is, of course, a couple decent issues here and there, but we're reviewing it right after they put out the co-op, so they got plenty of time to bug fix it and everything. Typical issues of, hey, this thing's here. No, it ain't. Yeah, it is right here. I'm looking at it. Typical thing. Like it always happens. So hopefully they are going to fix that. We'll see what happens in the future. But as for major issues for this game, so far we really haven't had any, which is actually surprising. A lot of the games we end up testing, we end up having so many issues with, some of which end up being unplayable. But not this one. This one's actually been pretty smooth sailing. So props on that one. Been loving it, actually.
The
Pretty
one
fun.
issue I can say that we ran into was
Hmm.
that one warehouse we went to and we kept getting stuck on that one board, remember?
Oh, yeah. Invisible walls is kind of a problem. I can't really say invisible. I don't know if it was like a boundary box or like the item, it's the box around the item was too big and the pathing was an issue. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know exactly what was going on there, but yeah,
There
that
was
was
a
bad.
there was a piece of plywood on the ground and it was the worst piece
Like
of
walking
plywood to
into a
ever
wall.
yeah, it was horrible. But other than that,
Hmm.
like he said, it's been pretty smooth sailing in this game.
In their credit, I could have just like moved the point here over. This, by the way, is a game changer. Once you get to the point where you can have this thing, oh, it's so much easier. But yeah, so like in the beginning, you start out, you just have this little extractor thing on my wrist. You gotta manually charge it. Takes a while. You just gotta grab this stuff that floats by. Give us one time more. Yeah, like that stuff right there. And grab that, and there's different metals and stuff that floats by. And you end up building up all this stuff. There's an airship
You
though.
you start out with what is it, like four of these tiles right here or three?
Just these two. Literally the cabin and then these two blocks behind you.
Yeah, so you
I've
have
built up the rest of this.
yeah, and then you have what? Three catwalks on either side of you,
Mm,
and that's where
only
you have
three
to
of these
put
squares.
all of your stuff until you start building up the ship.
So the issue with that is if you notice up here, we actually have two balloons, one of which is a lot longer than the other one. It's a work in progress. We kind of stopped right in the middle of the building. Metal is a real big problem in this. because I need like 30 of these metal to build every one of these squares. So you definitely need to get these metal collectors built up, which you do get pretty early. So really nice. You just make heads to get the metal up. Takes a while though. But yeah, I was in the middle of trying to expand this thing, and I added a new balloon because this thing works off of a ship load. As you can see up in the top corner there, this is a 2,200 ship, and we only have 1,368 right now. Every piece you build on adds weight to the ship, so the more weight you have, the bigger balloon you need. You know? But I added on that next balloon because I can still expand that one, I think. But I wanted to add a second one because then you can add on to that one, having more air and all that. The issue is helium because there's only like one place you can find helium. Well, one type of place. Because navigation works off of this map I had, which you get also really early. And there's different places here mark different things. Like these basic radio towers or basic things. I actually can't see a wind farm on here. Okay, you gotta go find freaking wind farms. But that is my one gripe I have, but it's my one gripe for, well, all freaking story games. So you're, encouraged to continue on to the story, but you need to stop and you need to scavenge and shit, so. Even though we have a specific destination to go to, which is what that marker is, we keep having to float off other places to get stuff we need to be able to build up the ship, get supplies to live, because this is a survival game. We gotta eat, we gotta drink, we gotta sleep.
But that's your complaint. I, on the other hand, enjoy the fact that we have to go off and do other things to build up and stuff like that. I don't want to get to the end of the story quickly.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the story is kind of driving you. It's like, you gotta go. You gotta get this done. You gotta go here. You gotta do this. But the whole time, you're needing more resources, so you can't just follow the story as you're needing to go.
I know, and I like that.
I know.
It's non-linear.
I'm saying it feels like you're pushed to do it.
Just like the crafting in this is non-linear. Because most things well, I'll let him explain it.
Because you start out with this research station you get, and like this moth Bavaria. We scanned it. It's a thing where we can go on Mars, I believe. Which is how you eat this thing, is you got this little lure thing. This is actually an upgraded version. But you just got this thing, it'll go down, catch a moth, and that's what you have to eat. Cooking it in this, which you just see me do with that melon I just cooked up. Get your water stuff too, where you gotta make these membranes, and it'll fill up with dirty water, and you gotta purify it. I don't know where the hell she put the purifier. Oh, there it is. So you gotta purify the dirty water into clean water, and all that stuff. But anyways, Moth Bavaria. We need fiberglass to be able to make it. We still don't know where the hell fiberglass is. Because it's saying you go to different places, you use a scanner here to, scan all the different stuff. You get information on it. I think if I look at, like this, it'll tell me, it's edible, brief description, what it's called, all that stuff. So you can see, what stuff is. Every now and then when you scan something, you'll get a recipe for it. You have to come in here and you gotta research it. And then it'll tell you, what you need to make it. All that stuff. Weird part about it is these whole booster things, because you actually have diseases in this game. He already constructed menopause, I think it was.
No, I didn't have menopause. Meningitis.
Oh. Yeah, meningitis. That's what it was. He ended up with meningitis, and I had to get different plants to sit here and synthesize him a cure for meningitis. Then we can actually use meningitis to create boosters for us. It's like I needed to be able to make us. I can't remember what the diseases are.
You needed us to be cold, so we had to have hyperthermia
Yeah.
to get past the plant.
Yes, so I had to give us hypothermia out of meningitis. I'm not sure that's really a scientific thing. But pretty much did that. Got this brain cleanser for him out of green coriander, so we had to start growing green coriander so I could make him a brain cleanser to clear his meningitis up. And like all games, this is one of those whole progression games. You know, you start out with little bits of things, and you end up with bigger things. So like now we got this whole thing to do extractions with. It's a lot faster, has more freaking range. You don't have to sit there and charge it all day.
I'm not sure about the range because it seems to have about the similar range, but it is way faster.
Like in the beginning, you start seeing crossbow bolts everywhere. It took us forever to be able to actually get a crossbow.
Yeah, that's how I ended up getting meningitis, was because we had to progress through an area. We could not figure out how to progress through the area without doing something stupid, and well, so I did something stupid. And we'll let you figure out what that is when you get to that point. But I'm pretty sure you were required to do what I did because we didn't get the crossbow for quite a while afterwards.
Yeah, and it got meningitis, and then what you got out of it was how to cure meningitis in the first place. So it's kind of entrapping you to construct a disease so you can learn how to cure it, basically.
Yep.
Oh, it's speaking of the whole how the ship works thing. You got to make turbines, and you got to make these whole lifty things to lift the balloon up higher, because there's some places you can't get to yet. So you need to be able to go higher, so you make turbines. If you want to go faster, you make more engines or bigger ones. To actually stab this one so it has health issue loss. Because you can be attacked, or you can damage yourself. And then stuff will break. Chill, he ends up having these repair patches he's using to fix it. Or
I just fixed that.
Yeah, I was trying to show how to do it with this one, because now I have this whole launcher thing.
Oh.
So I can spray foam everywhere to fix stuff. With that, you have to walk up and do it. Yeah, it's something I made, I think, on the last stream. It hasn't came up yet. But yeah, so far we're having a lot of fun with it. Oh yeah, we just got this distiller thing too, so we gotta actually make like plant resin, plant oil. This fucking plant resin and oil, those were bad ones for us to try to get, as we needed those for so damn long, but we could not find what we needed to do it. That might have just been us being dumb, though. We do have that problem.
That probably was the case.
Risk of dehydration.
Now, two issues that I do have problems with. One is this crossbow. When you hold it, if it's loaded, and you try to reload it, you just start having a seizure.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of annoying.
Other
you
issue
thirsty?
is if you... Yes. Ooh, crap. I forgot how fast I am now. If I turn this on, I lock the speed, I hop out, I sit in my chair, so I can't operate it while I'm sitting in my chair. But then I stand up, I fall
Bye.
through the balloon. That's still a problem.
That seems like an issue.
Yeah, don't stand up when you're moving.
Okay,
Luckily,
now drink
they...
something while I tell them about the code thing.
Okay.
So, there's a code in the description. I'll also put it up in the card thing in the corner. If you guys like what you've seen, go check it out. We don't get anything for it, but it lets them know where you've seen the game from, and maybe they'll give us codes to other things later on to check out for you guys. And if you guys want to see the series and watch our progression up to this point and beyond when we get back to streaming it, now that the holidays are over, you can go and check that out on our alternate YouTube channel. All of the past streams are still there. We leave them up. And I'll put a link to the playlist for that up in the card as well. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this quick review of what we've been doing. Thanks again to the makers of the game. Shut up about my hydration.
Fatigue. Rest is recommended.
I mean, I need
There.
rest too.
Yes, I'm tired. Anyways, apparently I need to go to bed. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again to the makers of the game for the code to give us this opportunity for the three of us to play together. And hopefully we'll see you over on the other channel when we continue.
Mhm.
Later.
Later.
Uh-huh.